We used to design our analytics dashboards in Figma. It made everything look fantastic. But when we tried to build them, we'd hit a wall. The data did not fit, the charts were the wrong types, and revisions seemed endless. Then we switched to wireframing in Google Sheets, and everything got so much easier. In this video, one of my colleagues is going to show you how we plan our analytics dashboards in Google Sheets before building them out. For those of you who are new here, over the past 4.5 years, me and my team have helped more than 100 plus businesses build custom software and AI applications. Let's get started.
Hi everyone, this is Hamza, and in today's video we are going to create a complete dashboard in Google Sheets. This is a great way to visualize your data before actually building your dashboard in Bubble. So you can plan your dashboard in Google Sheet. You can set up stats, you can set up charts, you can set up tables, and essentially get an idea of what you want to build inside Bubble. So what we'll do today is we'll build a dashboard for an e-commerce store, and I'll be creating I've created a structure here. So I'll be creating 4 statistics that will show up here, and I'll have a bar chart, I'll have a line chart, I'll have a pie chart, and also a multi-bar chart. And I'll also be creating a table here. And all of this will be done through this raw data here. So I have an orders table here, which contains the order ID, the product category, the order date, the region, the amount, and the customer ID. So we're going to use this data to generate the dashboard here. So here are the 4 key statistics that I want at the top of my dashboard. So I would like to see the total revenue that I have generated, the total orders that I have received, my total customers, and my average order value. So let's start by creating these from the data over here. So for the total revenue, what I can do is use the sum function, and let's head down, and this is the total revenue, and I can select the entries and then hit enter. So this is my total revenue at the moment. Let's now move to the total orders. So for orders is I can just count the number of orders that I've gotten. So let's head back here and let's count A. So it will just count the number of values. So we have around 11 values. So let's add, and here it says that we have 11 orders at the moment. So let's now move to customers. So we have this field in this table which says customer ID, and let's find out how many customers we have, because we also have some repeating customers. For example, this customer has bought 3 times. So let's try and uh, calculate that. So let's again use the count. So count A, but this time we want unique values. So unique, and now let's head back and let's select these IDs. So the total number of customers that I have are 8. And now let's move to the average order value. So to calculate that, what we can do is add the sum and divide this with the number of orders that I have. So to calculate that, I can do is use the divide and take total revenue and then divide that with the total orders. So this is my average order value. So now we have uh, 4 statistics, and they can change as well. So they are dynamic. So if I change the value of the order, these will change as well. Okay, so now let's move to the fun part, which is adding charts. So the first chart that we will add is orders by product category. So this is going to be a bar chart, which will show us how many orders are coming from each product category, helping us understand which categories are performing best. So to add a chart, I can go to Insert, I can click Chart, and let's place this over here, and let's just resize this. And now what I can do is on the right side, do the setup of this chart. So I want this to be a column chart, and now let's specify the data range for this. So let's click on this, and now let's head down to the data. So what I need for this is the product categories. So I can just select this, and let's go back. So now I want to check this box because I selected the header as well, and I get the product categories. So what I can do is click the aggregate, and now it shows the number of orders a particular category has. So I can just customize this uh, chart or just close this for now. So now we have one chart completed. So next up is our revenue over time chart. This is going to be a line chart which will show us our revenue trend over time, basically help us spot any patterns. So to add a chart here, what I'll do is again go to Insert, click Chart. We have the chart, and now let's just resize this to just fit into our box here. And now onto the setup. Now I can change from column to line chart, and now I need to specify the data range. So the columns that I'll use for this chart is the order date and the amount. So let's click OK, and now let's head over here. Now need to set the x-axis. So the x-axis for this chart is the order date, and let's remove the series, and now we have the amount as series. So now you can see uh, our revenue over the months. So in afterwards May is where we got our highest amount order, and right before May I think we got our lowest amount order, 80. So you get the idea of our revenue that we have gotten over the months. So this was the revenue over time chart. Now let's move to the revenue by region chart. So this is going to be a pie chart, and this pie chart will give us a quick overview of which regions are contributing most to our revenue, which can help us with regional targeting. So to add a chart here, again what I can do is go to Insert, Add Chart, move the chart to its place, and now the chart type is pie chart, and now let's define the data range. So for the data that we want here is the region and amount. So let's select these two columns and select OK, and now we have a chart here already. So now I need to do is click aggregate, and now we have an accurate representation. So north region is the major contributor of our revenue, and west is the smallest contributor. So now we have our third chart as well. So now before moving to our fourth and final chart, which is going to be a multi-bar chart, let's add a table, and based on the data of that table, we'll just create the chart, the multi-bar chart here. So the table that we're going to create is sales by product and region. This is just going to create a dynamic table with regions as rows and categories as columns showing the sales amount. So to add the table, what I'm going to do is go to Insert, and click pivot table. And now I need to specify the data range. So the columns that I need are product category, order date, and the amount. So let's just add these and select OK. And for the location, I'm going to choose existing sheet and just this place in the sheet. So now we have the table here, and what I need to do now is set the rows and columns. So for the rows, we can select the region. Now we have all the regions here. For the columns, I can add the product categories. So now we've gotten all the product categories. And for the value, let's add amount. So you can see the table is already set up. We have the data for East. So we have an order for books, $200 order for books, $160 order for clothing, and we have a grand total as well. So our most beneficial category is electronics, which has given us the revenue of $850, and most beneficial region is North, which has given us order of $950. So let's use this table and create the multi-bar chart here. Okay, so now that we have our data table here, now we can insert the multi-bar chart here. So let's move over here and let's select the data except the grand total values, and then go to insert, click chart, and you can see we have the multi-bar chart here. So let's just resize this, and you can see we have the regions up here and the categories in this x-axis value here. So you can see for the beauty category, all of its sales were in North, and I think electronics is popular in most of the areas, regions, North, South, and West. It has orders from all these. So essentially it just gives the same information that we have in this table and in this chart. So this was our whole dashboard. Now this is completely dynamic, so we can just add new orders and just change stuff here as well. So we can just move this from 80 to 8,000 perhaps, and it will just reflect everywhere. So you can see our revenue jumped up. Our pie chart is now heavily influenced by West, and now our clothing as well. And over here, West is now our highest earning region. So yeah, this was the whole tutorial of building, essentially planning your dashboard in Google Sheets before actually going to build your dashboard in an actual low code or no code.
Our goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. I'd really appreciate it if you smash that subscribe button. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Thanks. Bye.